I'm not a crazy Christian, but I might as well be. Because of the dream I had last night, God has not let me rest until I post this video. So if you're a skeptical person, if you're not a Christian, listen as a skeptical person, because what he shared with me, it's beyond what I can explain, it's beyond of what I could come up with. So and it all started with a dream. In my dream last night, I was running away from some bad people. I got into my car and I started driving. And before I explain to you what happens next, I have to let you know something about my car. My car, if I turn it on, partial headlights turn on, but it's not the actual headlights. For me to have the actual headlights, I need to manually turn on the little clicker. So that same thing happened in my dream. So I had the partial headlights on, and it was at night. So I saw a cop. He started driving behind me. He flipped on the lights, so I had to pull over. And when he came, I explained to him what happened, that I was just like driving away from like a dangerous situation. But since like I saw the lights on, I just assumed that my headlights were on. And he said that he understood that, but he was still going to give me a ticket. And I said, can you just let me go with a warning? Because like, I literally did not mean this, and I have been driving for like less than a minute. So he said that the only way that he would be able to let me just off with a warning, let me go off with a warning, was going to be if he marked me. He was going to mark me in the arm, and that way their system would know that he gave me a second chance. And I immediately woke up, and I felt in that moment that the Spirit was pouring on me and saying that that's going to be how easy things are going to proceed in the near future. So one of the things that the Spirit told me, I even wrote it down, is that the solution will be as big as your problem, like a lucky coincidence. Meaning that for every problem that you ever had, there will be a perfect solution, just the same size solution. You need to get off a traffic ticket? Sure, just let me mark your arm and you'll be able to. And a lot of people are going to fall that way. Some are going to be like, I want to buy a house, never had the opportunity of buying a house, it was always unaffordable, and you will be able to get a loan. And there is this there will be this other type of loan, like some sort of grant that will be able to get, as long as you get marked, you will be able to get into this new pool of investors. And the list went on and on and on. And the Holy Spirit was showing me that not only that, but if you want to get an apartment and you have like something in your record, they're going to be able to sponge it. As long as you're marked, we're giving you a second chance. It will be like a golden ticket. It will be like the light in the end of a dark tunnel. It will be like your last hope. So it will be when you're the most vulnerable, when you need that one thing to go right, and they're going to be able to offer to you. As long as you get marked, there you go. You got it. And not only that, but so many people are going to be taking advantage of that you will be kind of like the weirdo if you don't. So this is a warning. Just the mark is not going to be just, like, oh, if you want to get groceries, maybe like towards the end when like there's just a very small amount of people that have not yet done it. And another thing also was, if you won't do it for yourself, maybe you would do it for a loved one. Let's say that one of the people that you most love are going to deep trouble. Oh, like one of your kids is going to be arrested or something, and you just get a call saying like, yeah, we can let your kid go, or like, like your kid's gonna be expelled from school, but we can give him a second chance. As long as we can mark him, then we'll be able to sponge that. And a lot of people are gonna be like, I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for my kid, and it's going to be a tough situation. I didn't want to put this message out there because I felt awkward, and I felt like I don't know, it just didn't belong to me. So I asked God, I was like, is this message from you? Why do you want me to share this? And I immediately kind of started going back to sleep, but I kept hearing it in my head, look in your phone, look in your phone, look in your phone. And I have a Bible app on my phone, and as soon as I turn on my phone, there is a message that displays the verse of the day. And the verse of the day today was Mark 16:15, that said, and he said unto them, go into the world and preach the gospel to all creations. This is not my message. This is just a dream that I had, and I asked God for guidance, and literally I have not been able to do anything because this is the only thing in my mind ever since it happened. I even told my husband today when I woke up about the dream that I had. I told everyone about the dream that I had because it's just bugging me so much, and I have previously asked God for what do you want me to do, and I feel like this is one of the moments that he said I need you to do this. So I'm being an obedient daughter and putting this out here.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH BaHashem, YAHAWASHI BaHashem, Rakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this foul captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kabakab coming at you with no lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on this dream that she's had, and I'm not going to lie, these are one of the dreams that I really like because it kind of shows us just precisely how much we wait for YAHAWAH to come, and then we're also like seeing through the spirit, all right, just how closer we are to the end, but also how like realistic and I want to say instead how the prophecies are just manifesting. That's the better term. All right, the Lord is manifesting all the biblical prophecies, the truths, literally everything, slowly but surely, gradually, to take the forefront of reality. I think that's of reality. All right, like our reality is what YAHAWAH puts into play. That our reality is what YAHAWAH like. Slakia, I know, maybe my word choice is a bit strange, but I can't think of better terms that I would use to explain this, because the fact of the matter is that YAHAWAH, he does control our reality. All right, and maybe right now our reality ain't the happiest, but one thing we do know is that through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, we're waiting for the good, we're waiting for the blessings, we're waiting for our help, but yet things are not what's the word, I don't know, I'm in a loss for words a bit, but what I want, the main thing I'm trying to convey is that through stuff like this, like the dreams that we have, which I've had dreams before, I genuinely do like the dreams that I have, because it lets me know, I don't know, well, for me personally, it just lets me know that we're just that much closer to the end, especially with this. Let's get this actually. Acts chapter 2 verse 17, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. So we're seeing all this stuff. The the people, all right, the people, they're seeing things, they're saying like, okay, well, I saw this, I have to tell this, I'm telling everyone this, that, and the third, or whatever. Like, all the dreams that people are having, it seems like this is so real, this is so strange. Like, there's so many people that are compelled to share these dreams when you would think people would just not care about it. Oh, it's just a dream. That's not important. It's not this and the third and stuff like that. But yet the Lord is putting the Spirit not just on the Israelites, but on these heathens as well. I don't even know if that one was a Jake or not. She might have been, maybe not. I don't know. But the main thing is that there are so many people that get these things, and it lets us know that Yahawadah, we are almost out of here. And on top of that, and that's the thing about Yahawadah, he doesn't just leave it at only one thing. There are multiple different things. Like, for example, the what's it called? King Charles or some, I don't know the dude's name. False King Charles, all right, talking about they want to implement the digital system in Britain, all right, and then DJT is talking to China and some other nations to implement some more digital stuff. All right, like, these are the things that they want to do because they're trying to push that one doctrine. All right. So as a result of that, we're waiting for that. We're waiting for more and more of Yahawadah to implement and push the final prophecy for us to finally be over and done with, to get out of here, because that is what we're waiting for. That's what we want above all else. We want to be delivered. We want to not have to be under Esau's thumb, Esau's foot anymore. We want peace. Obviously we want peace, but and we're seeing, and the Lord is giving us these brief pieces of visions, dreams, to let us know that we're almost there. All right, and that should be a beautiful thing to us, that we see glimpses of what is to come, of not what could be to come, not what could be to come, but what is to come definitively. Continuing on, Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is the thing here I really want to put out is, notice the word, the phrasing that she was using it, and I know that she definitely was intentional about this, but I want to go a bit further into this, where the thing is that she was talking about how she wasn't going to get any mercy from the cop. Oh, beautiful, beautiful phrasing. She was basically telling you that she was not going to get any mercy unless she took the MARK. She needed to take the thing, or else, you're gonna get it. If you want me to be nice to you, you need to take this thing. Let me sip you up, hip you up and whatnot. All right, and then you'll be on your way. So we know that you're all right with us and whatever. And she said she wasn't barely even driving for 5 minutes and stuff like that. For a minute, I think she said a minute, and then it was already done. It was like they were waiting, they were watching to give her an opportunity to say, "Oh, you need to do this." Like they're just hovering over her, breathing down her neck, and she didn't even notice that until right then and there. All right. So retrospectively, I don't even know if she realizes this, but I'm telling you how it seems. All right. Retrospectively, one can say, okay, well, if I just started driving, how is it that they were able to come catch me? And this, again, of course, this is just in the matter of her dream. This is just in the matter of her dream, but obviously some logic can be applied to it, where you would think like, wait, hold on, if I just started driving, why were they so eager and so quick to stop me if I couldn't just, flick my thing on, if I couldn't do X, Y, and Z to fix my thing based off their assumption. All right. Again, so as a result of that, of course, this is what these devils are actually doing. They're keeping an eye out so that they can continue to increase the numbers of people that are actually going along with their system. And that's that. Hold on, wasn't there a video I had? Yeah, let's get this. This is the thing. Hold on. No, wrong video. Shit. I just accidentally closed it out. So here, by the dude, he said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. These devils, they want people that are going to just... They want people that are just going to blindly follow along with literally anything. Like you could literally say, hey, drink this bottle of poison, and they won't say, okay, well, let me read what it says, let me do this, let me do that, let me see, well, this or whatever. They just want the government to tell them exactly what to do and to want to be their slaves willingly, and it through the illusion of freedom of choice, through the illusion of willingness. All right. And some of them actually, some people actually are willing to be their slaves, like Jake, for example. A lot of Jake, they are, I don't even know if I can say those terms, but those moon with the C, those Uncle Ruckuses, and many more. All right, where they don't care about, they're fine with Esau being in power, and then they don't see anything wrong with anything that Esau has done or continues to do today. All right, and hold on, let me see what this is, because there was this. What was the video? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna play the video, but basically what they were saying was that these teachers are complaining and saying that these students are dumb. Like they weren't trying to be mean. They were trying to be objective when they were saying that these students are dumb. And what's going on is that with the rise of technology, there was a study that said that kids that have technology in the classrooms tend to be dumber than kids that do not have technology in their classroom. So the kids that don't rely on technology for everything, they are able to process stuff better than kids with technology. So as a result of that, the growth of these children, it's basically being like stunted, because they don't want them to be smart. They want them to be dependent on them for guidance, just like people were dependent during the what. All right, and that's the thing, where people will look at this bottle of poison and say, okay, well, I don't know what this says, or I can't read it, or I can't understand it, comprehend, whatever, so I'm just gonna drink it because someone told me to do it. All right, or whatever. All right, and as a result of that, again, there's that self-destruction because of the lack of awareness in terms of understanding, comprehending that there is a threat. Isaiah 30 verse 1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and I cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to shrink themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's where here you have people that are, again, trusting in Esau rather than trusting in Babylon, rather than YAHAWAH, which leads to their destruction, which leads to, okay, well, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, or I can't do this because I'm incapable of coming to my own conclusions, so I'm letting someone else think for me. All right, where the Lord YAHAWAH, He has guided us to be able to do the things. And even then, let's take it even more to another step, where with YAHAWASHI, all right, when we blindly trust YAHAWASHI, he actually is trying to bless us. But when we blindly trust Esau Edom, he's destroying us. All right, look at his track record. Look at the Lord's track record. All right, where when our people blindly trusted YAHAWASHI, like for example, let's get this is actually a good example, because the thing here, Joshua chapter 10 verse 11, the Israelites were at war, and they were a less number than their enemies. All right, so it made no sense for them to go and fight in that war, but yet they still went and did it and blindly trusted YAHAWASHI despite the odds that were clearly against them. Then now let's see what happens as a result of it. Joshua chapter 10 verse 11. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel and were in the going down to Beth Horon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. So over here, it didn't make any sense to follow after YAHAWASHI's words, but guess what happened as a result of it? The Lord stepped in and protected his people. So this is what blind faith in YAHAWASHI produces, yet the flip side of blind faith in Esau Edom leads to death and destruction. All right, a beautiful example for us to follow, and to remember that, you know, YAHAWASHI has our best interests at heart and actually protects us and helps us out, but Esau does not. All right. Ezekiel chapter 33 verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Okay, so when this stuff happens, you'll know that, oh well, we told you so, oh we warned you, this, then, and third. Okay, when more and more people have dreams, more and more of the prophecy starting to push out to the forefront. We're seeing this be brought to the forefront, but yet other people, they don't care. They're blind to it, or they don't want to acknowledge it. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11, and for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And let me get verse. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So these people have that strong delusion that's blinding them to the truth, as well as their false sense of security, making them think that, oh yeah, nothing's going to happen, everything's good, Esau's going to take care of us, just for Esau to backstab and everyone be destroyed as a result of not only Esau's irresponsibility but also his intentional desire to want to destroy us. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, so the thing here is how the prophecy, it's on its way. Okay, it says, though it tarry, wait for it, it will not tarry. It will surely come, it will not tarry. Basically, it seems like it's taking a long time, but it's not taking a long time. It's on its way. We're going to see it very soon, Yahawadah. We're still waiting for it, and Yahawadah, we're going to be delivered sooner rather than later. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, above all, shalom.